Trash talk is like the secret sauce of the game, but sometimes it can blow up in your face big time. Let's dive into those unforgettable moments when NFL players' smack talk went south. Who could forget Richard Sherman's infamous "You mad bro?" epic fail? Or how about Cam Newton's unforgettable Super Bowl mishap? Don't get me started on this one. I'm gonna tell you to ask Cam Newton yourself. Cam Newton. Back in the 2015 NFL season, Cam was strutting his stuff as if he owned the entire gridiron. After every touchdown, it seemed like he was ready to break into a victory dance. I mean, the guy was so confident that he'd fake a pass and then bolt like a speed demon, knocking defenders out of his way like they were mere bowling pins. And when he scored, you could hear him all the way from Mars, shouting, "I'm Superman." But you know what they say about pride coming before a fall, right? Cam learned that lesson the hard way when he faced the formidable Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl. Those Broncos were like an impenetrable brick wall, and poor Cam found himself sacked a whopping 6 times. After that brutal beatdown, Cam went from being Mr. Chatterbox to Mr. Quiet. His Panthers lost by 14 points, and suddenly, he had nothing left to say. Sometimes, even if you're Superman, you've got to swallow a big slice of humble pie. Now, let's rewind a bit to the Richard Sherman saga, because we can't just let that moment slide, can we? Nah, bro. Richard Sherman. Sherman was on fire that day, shutting down receivers left and right, but he wasn't just making plays on the field. He was also dishing out some serious trash talk to anyone within earshot, including poor Trent Williams. However, things took a wild and unexpected turn when Williams had had enough and decided to give Sherman a good old-fashioned deck in the face. It was like a scene straight out of a comedy movie. How did Sherman react? Well, he just laughed it off, throwing his hands up as if to say, "Whoa, buddy, chill." Sherman's team may have won the game, but you better believe Williams got a little taste of sweet payback. And speaking of paybacks, the OG Tom Brady had it coming in this game. Tom Brady. So he was on top of the world, all chill, having a good laugh when Michael Strahan, from the New York Giants, said they'd limit Brady's Patriots to just 17 points in the Super Bowl. I mean, come on. Brady was on fire that season and the Pats seemed unstoppable. But guess what? On game day, Brady couldn't get the offense going and they managed only 14 points. It's a classic case of talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? To make it worse, the Giants scored exactly 17 points, winning the game. Brady's laughter turned into tears, and he lost that perfect season. Years later, you can bet he's still nursing that broken heart. Now, for another classic NFL tale. Let's rewind to 2007, Week 14. The Steelers were gearing up to take on the mighty Patriots, and then Anthony Smith, our confident Steelers player, decided to go all out with the trash talk. He boldly declared, "We're going to win. Yeah, I can guarantee a win." Oh boy, that's some serious gumption right there. Fast forward to game day. The Patriots racked up a whopping 34 points, while the Steelers managed just 13. Double ouch. To add insult to injury, Brady taunted Smith after each touchdown. In the NFL, as these moments show, talk can be cheap, and actions speak louder than words. It's a lesson Smith won't ever forget. Freddie Mitchell. But wait, there's more. Super Bowl 39. Eagles versus Patriots, a sunny showdown in Jacksonville, Florida. The star of this tale? Eagles wide receiver Freddie Mitchell, the king of trash talk. Before the game, he claimed to know only the numbers of the Patriots' cornerbacks, not their names, and promised a surprise for their strong safety, Rodney Harrison. But here's the punchline. The Patriots won 24-21, and Freddie? Well, he only got one measly pass for 11 yards. Ouch. After the game, Freddie tried to save face with more trash talk, saying the Pats were too sensitive. He compared them to little girls. Well, at least the Patriots backed up their game with a win, unlike Freddie, who just talked the talk. Now, here's a Super Bowl story that's a real facepalm moment. But before we dive into it, have you shown some love to this video and hit that Super Bowl subscribe button? Yeah, you. I can trash talk too, you know. Chris Culliver. Before Super Bowl 47, San Francisco 49ers cornerback Chris Culliver went on the radio and made some not too smooth comments. When asked about gay players on the team, he said, "We ain't got no gay people on the team. They gotta get up out of here if they do." Now, that's not trash talk, but it sure caused a buzz. And what happened on Super Bowl Sunday? Culliver's performance was like a comedy of errors. The Baltimore Ravens offense made him their favorite target, and he gave up 2 whopping plays to their receivers. His talks backfired. It was like he had butterfingers on the field. And then he had to serve up an apology, saying, like, seriously, what was I even thinking? The media straight out dubbed it a bizarre apology. But the NFL drama doesn't end there. Tiki Barber, the guy with the sharp tongue, decided to roast Eli Manning in 2007. He straight up said Eli's leadership in the 2006 season was a joke. But wait for it. In 2008, Eli Manning did the unthinkable. He led the New York Giants to the most epic Super Bowl upset ever. Talk about karma biting back. And here's the kicker. While Eli celebrated his Super Bowl glory, Tiki Barber's life took a nosedive. His TV gig? Poof, gone. His marriage? Kaput. His fans? Vanished. And that dream NFL comeback in 2011? Well, it crashed and burned. So the next time you're tempted to talk the talk, remember these epic NFL tales of words coming back to haunt. Do you know these paybacks extend to even NFL coaches and analysts? Rex Ryan. Take for example Rex Ryan, the man with Super Bowl predictions as regular as your morning coffee. This time, he set his sights on the New York Giants, and oh boy did he stir up some drama. It was the Jets vs. Giants showdown at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Rex wasn't holding back. He chatted it up with the media, boldly declaring that the Jets were the true rulers of New York City. But you see, karma has a wicked sense of humor. The Giants weren't having any of it, and they showed the Jets who's boss with a resounding 29-14 victory. Rex might have needed a whole bottle of ketchup to eat his words that day. And do you remember when the Seahawks and Packers were duking it out in the NFC wildcard playoff game? Matt Hasselbeck. There's Matt Hasselbeck, the Seahawks QB, feeling like a champ as he wins the coin toss with the game about to hit overtime. And what's his epic declaration? We want the ball, and we're gonna score. I mean, the dude went for it. Guess what happened next? Yep, the Seahawks got the ball all right, but they didn't score. Not even close. Hasselbeck's pass ended up in the arms of the Packers' Al Harris, who then sprinted a whopping 52 yards for a touchdown. Game over, season over for the Seahawks. That really backfired spectacularly. And for all you folks out there, don't ever mess with DeAndre Hopkins, or you might end up regretting it big time. D'Angelo Hall, for some reason only known to him, thought it'd be a genius move to rile up Hopkins during an off-season practice session. Well, you can guess how that turned out. These two almost threw down right there on the field. But wait, it gets even better. In the very next play, Hopkins pulled off some serious magic. He hit Hall with a slick double move that sent him spinning in the wrong direction. Poor Hall ended up eating turf while Hopkins caught the ball with style. And guess what? Hopkins didn't miss the chance to gloat about it. You can bet your last dollar that nobody dared to trash talk Hopkins for the rest of that practice. And there you have it. Trash talk can be a dangerous game in the NFL, but it's also part of the fun. It's a lesson in humility that even the greatest players have learned the hard way. Who are your favorite trash talkers in the NFL? And what are some of their most memorable moments? Share your thoughts in the comments below.